Hey, it's Stearns. You ever wondered what it costs to sell a home? I'm going to show you today your average cost when using a real estate agent in selling a property. Alright, so I want to show you the cost of selling a property. There are a lot of different fees and it changes by state. So I'm going to give you the cost in Virginia. Imagine if we had a home that sold for $750,000. Typically, your mortgage payment, let's say we're at the end of January, someone's going to settle at the end of January. Well, the home seller probably made a mortgage payment January 1st. Well, that's paying in arrears. So when you pay rent, you pay the money, you live in the house. When you own a property, the monthly payment that you made is for the month that you just finished with. Okay, so let's imagine that someone comes in, they're going to settle at the end of January, and they've already paid their mortgage payment January 1st. Well, we have to calculate the interest, taxes, all the fees from that January 1st payment to settlement date. So I usually will just estimate 1 month's payment. This particular home seller had a $2,800 monthly payment. So we're going to put in $2,800 as the prorated interest for the month. Their mortgage payment, the payoff, $485,000. If they have a second mortgage or home equity line of credit, that needs to be paid off at settlement. In this case, this seller owes $485,000. HOA, if there's a homeowners association, let's say that they have not paid the monthly, well, it needs to be paid at settlement, okay? If they've prepaid, they're a couple of months ahead, this settlement company will confirm that and give the homeowner, the seller, a credit for the paid in advance HOA fees. But in this estimate, let's just calculate 1 month's HOA fee. Buyer's closing costs. In our market right now, the seller, for the most part, will not be contributing any money towards buyer closing costs. This can also be paid, called points, lender discount fees, those kind of things. I'm not going to calculate there. If you have a good realtor, they're going to do a net sheet, an estimate for you when they first list your property, and then when you get that offer, they're going to do this process again so you can compare apples to apples with your cost. By the way, if you like this video, please subscribe for more future videos and send comments. Commissions, okay. Everyone says, oh, I'm not going to use a realtor because it's so expensive. I am biased, I am a realtor, but it can also cost you a lot of money by not using a real estate agent because they're going to be able to maximize exposure, promote your property to many different buyers, and of course be an advocate through the entire process to help you from the day that that sign goes in to the day of closing. And I can tell you tons of stories where I've seen for sale by owner deals go completely wrong or someone really undercut their price. What is the commission? The commission is totally negotiable, but remember, you're going to get what you pay for. If you try to cut too many corners, that can cost you thousands. But you can sit down and interview agents and negotiate the commission. In our marketplace right now, it's 6% is great for the agents, and that's usually split. Right now, for this example, I've got a selling agent. We're going to offer in the multiple listing 2.5% of the sales price towards the buyer agent commission. And let's say this is a repeat client for me. They send me tons of referrals. I'm going to charge 1.75. So the total in this scenario is 4.25. You may have other agents say, hey, it's 6%. It may be 5%. You can do 4%. You've got to go through that with the agent. But in this example, 4.25. Since it is a high sales price, both agents will be thrilled to get that commission. Lawyer's fee. You do not need to use a lawyer as a seller, but you're going to need to use a settlement company. Their role is to act as a facilitator, to follow the contract, check the taxes, the recording office, follow the contract, prepare the deed, coordinate with the lender, the realtors. They've got a lot of work. $350 is a pretty good price for a settlement company. The buyer and seller can certainly have split settlements and use different companies. That will not impact the seller's bottom line. Okay? Release of trust. You have a loan on your property. We want to get that loan at the courthouse disassociated with the property and your name. So there's a fee called a release of trust for that, $50. Grantor's tax. There's always a tax. The government in this area is going to get $1 per sales price of the towards the grantor's tax. Termite inspection. In your contract, it's not required to do a termite except for VA loans, but most of the time you'll see a termite inspection. And if you have a pest contract as a seller, you may be able to use them to do the termite. The particular termite company I use in the area charges $45 to do the termite inspection, or it's called a wood destroying infestation report, which also covers carpenter bees and other insects. HOA disclosure. If you're in a homeowners association, It is a state law in Virginia that the seller must provide the buyer a new set of HOA, or a Virginia resale package. That HOA document is a collection of the budget, the bylaws, the rules and guidelines for the neighborhood. You can't use an older one or a set of those docs less than 6 months old. So to order a set through your property management company or the HOA management company is about $250, and that can go from $100 up to $400. For this estimate, we're saying $250. Okay? Do you have a well and septic? If you have a well and septic, you're most likely going to have to pump the tank, uncover the D-box, the septic tank, and also maybe do a water test. In the Virginia contract, it can be a cost for the buyer if it's negotiated, or it can be a seller cost. I would budget, if you're a seller, if you have well water and a septic, budget between $700 to $800 to perform those inspections. Congestion relief fund. This is a sticky topic for me. Any properties, this happened by our legislators about 6 years ago out of Richmond, any properties from Prince William County all the way up Fairfax, Arlington, Loudoun, and the cities there is a $2 per thousand assessment to go back into general transportation for the roads. Can't get rid of that. So $2 per $750 here, it's $1,500. So if you take the total here from $522 to $750, from $750 you're at $227,000. This is an estimate. I always explain to my sellers it's an estimate. And things that are not accounted for, if you have any home inspection repairs or if you have any termite treatment, those are other repairs that you can see. If you'd like me to put an estimate together for your house, please send a question or comment. I'd be more than happy to assess your home also and give you an estimate and evaluation. Get your estimate. Thanks.